Hello, welcome to Willoughby Forge. Willoughby, how do you say Willoughby? Willoughby Forge. I've made a lot of horseshoe pumpkins in my life, and there's a lot of people that make them, but I kind of like to make mine to where they look at it and they go, that's a Willoughby Forge pumpkin. I just kind of like to have fun with them and make them a little slicker. So I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin. So Charlie, come over here. This is a pumpkin kit right here. It's everything you need to make a cool little pumpkin. Now these are double aughts. You could use any size you want, but I'm using double aughts today. Hey Charlie, up here. Today we're using double aughts, but we're going to try to make a pumpkin out of new shoes. A lot of people say, I want to use old shoes, Well, if you have old shoes, then you have to clean them up. And some of them are wore out here and there, and you can make them look good, but you're going to probably work. Charlie, settle down. You're going to work harder and longer, and it's not any cheaper, because if you're spending more time cleaning them up than you are building it, then you're spending money. So just go buy some brand new shoes. These are SX7s from Kiercart. They're a little thin. I mean, they're thinner, but they're a good horseshoe. Anyway, so I have 8 of them here. If you notice, there's one out. That's one from out of the box. This is one I've already opened up. Now, one side is opened a little farther than the other. What I do is I try to make them all kind of match, unless I'm going to make a lopsided pumpkin, which I've done before. And you'll see them out in the past. Yeah, like that, Charlie. So I don't use no heat to move these shoes. I just use this 4-pound hammer. Come on over to the anvil there, Charlie. And I just open it up a bit. Now, if they're even, and they don't have to be, but if you're kind of anal about things, and there we have our pumpkins ready to go. So now the next scene will be, we'll have to go over and we'll weld it together. Alright, Charlie. Alright, now I've already welded up 7 of these horseshoes. I try to keep the fullering on one side so it looks halfway cool when it goes around. So on this side you kind of see the holes, on that side you see the fullering. I made this little jig just to kind of hold it. That way I could get in here and all I got to do is kind of hold it a little bit and go ahead and weld it. And you don't have to weld this like it's a construction bridge or anything. It's a pumpkin. You ain't supposed to be climbing or walking on it. So just give it tack welds. There. Now it's welded together. Now the next step will be putting on the stem, and I don't just take a half a horseshoe and put it on there. Now you can do that, like I say, but when I made my first one, I wanted a nice looking stem like it's on a pumpkin. So the next step, if you ain't got a power hammer, I'll explain a few things while I'm doing the stem, but you could do it by hand. I've done it for years with a 4-pound hammer. Anyway, so the next step we'll see is I'll make the stem. I'm going to forge this into a stem. This is 3/4 round. to be kind of rough because the next thing I do is I'll texture this, and we'll put it in the fire, and I'll show you the next step is we're going to texture the stem. In this segment, come over here, Charlie. These are dies with just, this is a saddle. I made the first ones, I welded all this together, but these were machined by a friend of mine. All they are is lines. This is how I used to do it. This is a hammer that I bought somewhere. It's a cheap one. And I cut lines in it, and then I took a triangle file and I made these. So you could make texturing on vines, trees, whatever you want to texture. That's the train that comes through there every so often. You need to make a bottom one that you can put in your hardy hole, and then you can turn your metal like that, and you'll have the texturing on both sides. But since I was talked into buying a power hammer, which I'm very happy, I was talked into it. But I was scared of it, and I still don't know how to run it. I know how to smash stuff. That's what I'm good at. So we're going to texture this now. You got to come over here now, Charlie. You don't have to be hitting it real hard. You can see the texture in there. Now you could make it sideways like this if you wanted to, but I prefer to make these because the vines usually kind of go along with it. So there you have it. So the next segment will be, now you know what, just keep it going. We're going to put a, let's see here, never can't find stuff underneath. Put this in here. We can put it right there in the handle. That's what that's for, I reckon. Now we got to put a dairy. Charlie, pay attention, Charlie. Got to put a little Dairy Queen twist on the thing. Hey, Charlie, you're going to be fired. Instead of just having a straight stem come off, I'm just going to put a little twist on it because it makes it a little more interesting to look at. Now I'll get up the other one, the smaller one. That's enough. That's enough. You only got so much creative license here, Charlie, so. Get it in there. I'm coming your way, Charlie. Go, Charlie. Have it, which looks a little more interesting. Then the next segment we'll be welding this on and maybe a leaf or two, and then I'll show you the completed pumpkin. Alright, now we're going to show you, I've got these leaves. These are they're grape leaves. They're kind of a standard leaf. I could turn this leaf into a maple leaf if I want to, but they look close enough for a pumpkin leaf, so I'm going to use one of them for a pumpkin leaf. Now we do sell these in the shop here. I've made a pile of them, and like I say, they can be used for different things. Now we got a horse here eating a chair, so get a picture of that. Hey, get that out of your mouth and go away. What do you got against chairs? Or maybe you like chairs. Freaking thing. You're gonna croak. Anyway.
Are you being a snot?
Anyway. I'm gonna texture these. These are a little thick. They're not an 1/8 inch thick, but they're a little less, but they're close. If they're real thin, then people just come and bend them. But if you want to texture them and put veins in it or whatever, there he is again. If you want to put veins in it, that's up to you, but I do this fairly quick. I want texture just to catch light, and like I say, I've seen guys do all kind of fancy stuff. You can see every vein or where a worm ate it or something, but I do this cold, and I follow it around. It's fairly quick. So you can see how that catches light, and you can bang on it more with a different, but this is just a cross peen, cheap cross peen you can buy anywhere. But I'm following the edge of that leaf and working it all toward the middle. All right, back up, Charlie. Hold on, sir. Got a visitor. Hold on, Charlie. Don't shut that off. Who's crying?
Cooper.
Are you going to the emergency room? Now there it is. Fairly textured. I'll fill this in a minute. Alright. We got our pumpkin all welded up. We got our stem that we forged in the last segment. Now we're going to put it on the pumpkin. So we tacked it. So I'm going to show you what I do with these, because I don't want to just tack it and leave it like that. I want something cool so people can see it. I'll build this corner up right here. Alright, come here, Charlie. You see the way this is built? It blends down. Now I got to do that to every one of these horseshoes. And then the stem will be on it. So we'll be right back after I get it welded. I'll show you the next step. In our last little piece we were doing, I was putting the stem on. So when I do a stem, I just run a little weld up on it, and then I drag it down onto the horseshoe. So this, it just makes it look kind of like it's all growing out of that stem. I was talking about it a minute ago. Light makes things look cooler, the reflection. So now, and this technique of drag and weld, I use it on all kind of things. And a friend of mine, a good friend of mine named Roy Bloom, showed it to me. And now I can't stop doing it because I think it looks cool. All right, we're going to weld this leaf on. Charlie, quit eating beans. I'm just telling you, Charlie. No more beans for Charlie. All right, we're going to find a place to put the leaf. We're just going to tack it on right here. And we'll tack it right here. I don't want a lot of weld. I just want that to be enough to hold it. Because I want to use my weld to make texture. So you could do that with that leaf. Here, Charlie. So I just tacked it and I drug it a little bit. So you just take where you welded it, drag it down a little bit more, and now it kind of looks like it's growing out of that stem. I hope you guys have enjoyed my first video. I'm going to try to get it edited, which I really suck at computers. But we're going to try to get it edited, and I'll get it up on the YouTube. And I'll have to clean it up a bit. But that's the finished product. And I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little more work than just welding a horseshoe on, but it definitely makes your pumpkins stand out amongst the rest. If you like what I'm doing here, leave me a remark in the remarks button down there. And if there's something you seen me make before and you want me to make it, let me know. And just let me know. And make sure you subscribe to me. We'll be talking about other things as we go, but if there's something else that you've seen that I've made and you'd like to see me make it, then we'll try to make a video of it. Remember, God bless you, and God bless America, and God bless the United States Marine Corps.